This is the hybrid Eagle. I'm not just alone, I'm with Samson. So last week we did a episode and we were talking about being broken. And we came to an actualization that if you are broken, who God is the one who's supposed to mend you, not people. So we decided to go a little bit further today. We want to talk about being gifted because this is a topic that is misused and misunderstood. So we want to bring about clarity into this topic, being gifted.
Being gifted.
Mr. Sampson, we want to talk about being gifted.
Being
Actually,
gifted.
who is gifted? Because I think we do not understand when it comes to this. Who is gifted?
That's a very intriguing question, sir. Gifted. Who is gifted?
Yes, who is gifted?
Everyone is gifted. It's a matter of which department are you gifted in.
Yes.
And the world has come to terms of exalting other gift above others. What do I mean about this? For instance, if a woman is in an abusive relationship and the other one is capable of just getting out of that toxic relationship, she's gifted in that department and the other one is not. So this one can easily go out, so she starts to judge this one. But the only difference between these two is that this one is gifted in this department and this one is not in this department. That's the only difference. So in short, everyone is gifted.
So which means we shouldn't judge people based on our reference,
Yes.
based on our gifted areas.
Yes, you can easily be arrogant because of your gift without you even being aware. Because it's so easy for you to deal with that issue. You think, why is this person doing this? But the only difference is you are gifted in that department and they are not. But they have a gift in another department which you are not gifted in. That's the only difference. Yes.
So which means we also have to consider a situation whereby one has to discover themselves.
Yes.
So which means you can be gifted but not knowing that you are gifted.
Exactly.
So which means those who we consider themselves to be gifted, who we look up to them, say, hey, these ones are gifted. It's because they've discovered something.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
But it doesn't mean other people are not gifted.
Everyone is gifted.
It just means they haven't discovered themselves.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And also, when it comes to, I think this is one of the crucial part about being gifted. You are to understand the purpose. You see, if you are gifted, therefore there must be a purpose.
A purpose.
Which means the gift that you have, it should be used within the spheres of a purpose.
Of a purpose, yes.
Yes, because there are situations. I will give an example. If you look at a knife, the purpose of a knife is to chop things, fruits, vegetables, and etc. But you can use it to kill. Not to say the purpose of a knife is to kill. Just
Misused.
misused.
Yes.
You see, so the knife is a gift, but it's misused. So it's crucial for one to understand the purpose of a gift, Mr.
Yes.
Sampson.
And above all, who is the giver of the gift? To understand a gift, you have to go back to the giver. He's the one who understands the gift beyond anyone else. So it goes back to who is the giver of the gift. And in short, the giver of the gift is God. The purpose of a gift is to serve God. That's it. In its simplest form, the purpose of your gift is to lift up God and exalt God, not you. I'll go back to Elijah.
Okay.
1 Kings chapter 18, verse 36 to 37. It's a very intriguing portion, that one. I like it so much. It starts like, when he went to the altar, he said to God, God, Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known today that you are God of Israel. And everything I do serving you.
Okay.
And I'm commanded by you. Wait a minute, let's just stop at that statement.
Okay.
Commanded.
Okay.
Commanded.
Okay.
Commanded.
Yes.
Commanded by you.
Yes.
At your will, moving at your will, not at my will. What is he really saying here? Commanded. There are a lot of people, you buy that car, you buy that house, you go into that relationship, everything. Now things start to go astray, they start to go wrong. Then you start to get fascinated of this, because there's a saying, if something starts wrong, it will end wrong surely. What did God say at the beginning? And if you don't have an answer, it means you didn't consult with God. You went into it with flesh.
Okay.
It means you were in flesh when you went to it. Flesh has limitations. That's why you're so frustrated. But it doesn't mean if you went and God approved it, there won't be difficult times.
There will be difficult.
Without a shadow of a doubt. But
Okay, then what's the advantage that comes with that?
You know, God is so amazing.
Uh-huh.
You will know that it's God when you have peace in it.
So which
You're
means-
going through problems, but you have peace in the midst of problems. What do I mean by this? You are sustained. Sustenance. Now, this is what I mean. Let's say, for instance, your bed is so soaking. You cry, this problem is heavy. When you go out, they say that young man is glowing. That young man is heavy. But you're going through your toughest time. What is that? Sustenance. God is sustaining. If ever you're not sustained, it means God wasn't with you. It means you went into it in your flesh.
in your flesh.
In your flesh. Flesh has limitations. Flesh lies. Flesh is capable of anything. So above all, what did God say? Now I'm gonna go to 37. Hey, Elijah was a very wise man.
I'm learning. Go deeper. Go deeper.
He went to 37. He says, God, answer me, so that they know that you are God. What was he doing on this statement? Because upon saying that, the fire of heaven came crashing down. What did he do? That was so special.
Which means he was involving God into the equation.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But he did something even more spectacular. He took himself out of the equation.
And then he put God.
He put God at the forefront.
So it was up to God to prove himself.
Exactly. We have a tendency as humans, when we are at our highest, we start to put self-praise. I did this, I did that, I did. Then God steps away. He no longer sustains you. What happens when God no longer sustains you? Everything starts going to shambles. Now you're confused, you're frustrated. But he took himself out of the equation and put God. God had to answer for his name's sake, not for Elijah's sake. For his name. His name is very important. That's why, as a young man, when you wear the word of God, when you wear the name of God, and Satan tries to attack you in a funny manner, God comes crashing down. Why? You're wearing his name, you're representing him. For that name, he will open the gates of heaven. For that name, you're wearing him.
Okay.
Yes, sir. For that name.
For that name.
That name.
So God has to be involved.
God has to be involved. Not only involved at the forefront, you have to be at the back.
So, so that's the danger that we come across as gifted people. We exalt ourselves,
We put ourselves
exalt
up.
the gifts of the flesh, and then we put God away from the
We put
equation.
God up. No, it doesn't work like that. Where's the sustenance going to come from? Where is it? Where is it going to come from?
I'm learning.
We are learning.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes.
And also, if you really check the Bible, if you really dig deep microscopically, you'll understand that when David wrote a book, he said, "Be still and know that I am God." So now, in most cases, you tend to see that gifted people, they violate that scripture. You see, if you are gifted, now the challenge is to move when you are not told to move. That's the problem we are dealing with. So gifted people, in most cases, they are conscious about the fact that they are gifted, so they want to move. But look at what God is saying. He said, "Be still and know that I am God." So now I want you to pay attention. It's crucial to understand that you shouldn't try to walk. If you are trying, you will fail. But what is it that you have to do? You have to sit. And if you sit long enough, therefore you will be able to walk. And if you sit long enough, you won't even try to walk, but you will stand up and walk. So which means if you are gifted, don't go and walk if God hasn't said walk.
We're trying to walk, sorry for this, we're trying to walk at the command of our flesh, not the command of the Spirit, the Holy Ghost, Jesus himself, God himself.
That's true. That's true. So the tendency that we have is that because we are gifted, then we want to move.
Plus a gift is penny, it wants to be seen.
Yes, it wants. That's flesh.
That's flesh, yeah.
Actually, that's flesh.
It wants to be exalted.
Flesh wants to be seen.
Eish.
It wants to be seen. But the whole concept is that if you are gifted, wait upon God so that He will give you the enablement to do what you ought to do. So which means you are capable of, you are given the ability to do it, but you have to be empowered. You have to be given an enablement to do. So Jesus has to deal with you. How do you deal about? We have to sit. That's what we have to do. Sit. When you are sitting, therefore the transformation, the transfiguration, the transition within you, it's going to be happening. Who's going to be doing that? Jesus is going to be transforming you. And then when you are ready, you will just walk.
Go.
So you see the thing. Don't try to walk. No, sit. And if you sit long enough, then you will get up and walk. So that's it about gifted people. They are trying to walk. all of them, they're trying to, because they're burning passion. They want to do. But just relax. Wait upon Him.
Upon the Lord.
He will empower you. He will give you the ability. Just because you are gifted, it doesn't mean you have the potential to overcome circumstances that are along the way. You must be given.
He has to mold you first.
Yes, Mr. Simpson. So those are the challenges that gifted people are dealing with. Knowing when to sit, knowing when to talk. You see, sometimes the difference between dead and dying is knowing. So which means if you know when to walk, therefore you will be safe. But if you don't know when to walk, you will be vulnerable. You are gifted and you are walking, but you are not told to walk. Therefore you are vulnerable.
In a world where there's seasons in time, there has to be a season where God says, this is your season. It's time to walk.
And that is true. And that is true. And also,
Yes,
if you look carefully, if it's not your season, and you are conscious about the fact that you are gifted, therefore you will gravitate towards being a manipulator, because you want to change a season that is not your season to be your season. You see? So now we have to understand.
Be still. It comes back to being still.
Being still. When it's your season, rise, walk. And then you will walk.
We're trying to walk before our season.
We're trying to walk before our season.
Then we die along the way.
We die along the
Who
way.
is sustaining us? It's the flesh.
Yes, it's the
we
flesh.
came to terms of realizing that the flesh can only carry you for so long. It has a limit. It ends.
That's true.
It has a limit where it can no longer take no more. But the spirit can carry you up to infinity.
Yeah.
Going into the burdens of being
Gifted. Yes, because there must be a burden.
There has to be a price. There has to be a price.
There has to be. And this is the portion that we do not like. And if you look carefully, you go back to our background, we were taught that we should act. We act to win in everything we do. You see, now it also go back that people become manipulators because they were told to win, win. But a gift has a voice. It commands. If it's really a gift that you are carrying, therefore it commands.
It commands.
It commands. So it comes with a lot of things, challenges that you need to overcome. Actually, the challenges, they are magnifying the gift.
Magnifying the gift.
And the giver of the gift.
Exactly.
You see, everything, it goes back to what? To the giver of the gift. So there are challenges that has been orchestrated to magnify the gift.
It means your gift and all its parents is a channel to you for you to walk towards God.
That's true.
In all, it's just a channel. It's channeling you towards God.
Exactly. That is very true. That is very
interesting.
true. And a gift must be purified. You know.
Oh yes, it can get contaminated. Yes, without
it
a shadow.
can. You see, as we grow up, the environment is not clean. It doesn't respect the gift that we are carrying. So it gives us everything in purity. So now, a burden, the purpose of this burden is to purify the gift. To purify the gift. To purify the gift. To purify it. At the same time, you are magnifying the giver. Remember, it goes back to the giver of the gift. The giver of the gift.
The biggest mistake above all is trying to discover your gift outside God.
It is a challenge.
Yeah, that's the beginning of that.
Yes.
Trying to discover yourself outside God. Let me put it into a perspective in a way which can be easily understood. Let's take VW here.
Okay.
The problem. You take it to a garage of VW. They try to of BM. They try to fix it, but if you had you taken it to the dealer of VW, they know the ins and out of that because it's their brand. They know the mechanism, so they can just tweak one button and the car goes back to normal. But you take it to another dealer, they have to try to discover. Now they fiddlish with things which don't even have problems. That's us people. We have problems, we try to solve them through other people. Now these people fiddlish with things that are not even broken. Now when I leave this person, I come out worse than I went in. Instead of going to the maker, God himself, he knows it's not a big thing. But because I took it to wrong people, they were fiddlishing with things which didn't even have a problem to begin with. Now I come out worse than I went in. But with God, you go to God and he's a child, be still. Fiddlish with this small thing, everything reverts back to normal. Just like that. Jeez. Now you see, a small problem is magnified into a big thing. Because we go into the wrong people. The source is God. He's your maker. He knows your mechanisms. He knows how you work. If you want true peace, you have to go to him.
I'm learning. I'm learning. So which means we are products
Yes.
God is the manufacturer.
Yes.
So which means if we happen to encounter difficulties
Default
along the journey,
Mhm,
defaults,
mhm.
when we had to go back to God,
Without a shadow of a doubt.
not to people.
No. Why would you go to someone who has he didn't? This person is trying to learn through you. Why would you risk that? Would you take your car to a person who's learning how to fix a car? Because that's exactly what we do when you take your problems and trying to discover yourself through a person. That's just, sorry to say this, but idiotic. It's just you being idiotic. In
Okay.
short,
Okay.
you have to go to the movie.
So as gifted people,
Mm.
we have to recognize that when we are dealing with challenges, we have to go back to. In fact, we should remain in the presence of God.
And we have to drink from the fountain of the Lord, for He humbles us, He grows us. His will for us,
Hey.
my will for you, is only goodness, nothing else, only goodness.
Only goodness.
But the key is to wear His name and put Him at the forefront. Never put your flesh at the forefront. That's the beginning of death.
Never put your.
Never.
So as we are concluding, we are saying you are gifted because you have been given a gift. God is the giver of the gift.
Yes.
Therefore, be connected, because if you are connected to the giver of the gift, it's highly impossible for you to run astray. So you should be always in a relationship with God. Remain in His presence, and you'll be safe.
Yes,
We are
sir.
talking to you,
And you'll have peace.
and you will have
Peace.
peace. That one is
Peace is
crucial.
important.
It's
Peace.
important. Peace is a voice. It's very important.
It's very important.
Yes.
This
So,
is Mr. Sampson, Mr. Philip,
Mr. Hybrid Eagle.
signing out. I call him Mr. Philip, but nevertheless, it's hybrid.
Nevertheless, he is still the hybrid Eagle.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are signing out.